From ABC, this is a special edition of World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. This is a CNN special report. Planes overhead. We don't know whose planes there are, but air raid.
I'm scared.
They're all waiting for some type of word.
It has been a long night for us, a night none of us will ever forget.
And tonight, we lead the world in facing down a threat to decency and humanity.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a special edition of CBS This Morning.
No war is just immoral.
And as the president finished his message, it was sunrise, and time for another day of war. For today, Rick Davis, NBC News, Saudi Arabia.
And it may be a busy day at that hospital with the latest reports of casualties. So switch back to Brian.
All right, Deborah, thanks very much. We want to get more on the fighting being reported in and around that port city of Khafji. Let's go to Saudi Arabia right now in Dhahran, where Rick Davis is standing by. Rick, what do you have for us?
Well, Brad, the official figures now, 10 Marines dead. No word is yet of how many other members of the Allied forces who are fighting alongside the Marines have died or have been injured. And there are unconfirmed reports, but reliable sources say that the fighting is still going on up there, and that perhaps 2 battalions, that would be 1,000 men and 80 military vehicles, have now crossed the border or are crossing the border. The fighting has been described as hellacious. It has been said that there's never been anything like it in this war. There are now the first casualties in this conflict on the ground, and it's 10 Marines dead. Right.
Rick, are officials there still viewing it as a probe or a lure to get the U.S. to initiate a ground offensive?
It doesn't seem that would be possible anymore. It seemed that last night's action may have been a probe to a preliminary ground assault. It appears that the Iraqis are now carrying the ground war to the Americans instead of waiting for that ground war to be carried to them.
Okay, Rick Davis in Dhahran, thank you. Let's go to the Pentagon. Katie Kirk, what's new on your end?
Well, Brian, we're actually not hearing those reports that there's continued ground fighting with that many men. I'm hearing here that there continues to be sporadic fighting in and around the port city of Khafji, but obviously in the fog of war, information trickles here to the Pentagon, sometimes rather slowly. They were able to penetrate 7 miles at Khafji, 21 miles west of the city of Khafji, and then 7 miles even further west. And that's because there has to be a buffer zone. U.S. and allied forces have set up defensive positions that far away because obviously they have to be away from their artillery range. That's why you've been hearing so much about those Marine shoot and scoot operations where they go up, fire, and then get the heck out of there.
So actually they can encroach a great deal into Saudi Arabia before encountering any allied troops, which in this case it seems is what they did.
That's right.
All right. Katie Kirk at the Pentagon, thanks so very much. Our time has just about run out. We got time just for a goodbye up to New York to Deborah Norpel and Faith Daniels, and to wish everyone a good day. For all the folks in New York and Washington, thanks so very much. Enjoy your Wednesday.